and we are going to get started this morning in our child's pose. So if that's not for you today, I totally understand. Then go ahead and find a seated position if child's pose is not for you. I will join you. I still got my socks on, so feel free if you still want your blanket or anything by you, have that nearby to just cover yourself up. And then just settle in. And if your head isn't touching the earth, maybe you grab some support, whether it be a block or your blanket or your hands creating a pillow. So now as we start to soften into this space, really just start to follow that breath. Start to sense the breath as you're breathing, and you feel that beautiful rise and fall as the belly softens down onto those thighs. And just start to let your body really land completely on the earth. Feel it resting heavy as it softens down. So now just start to notice the areas of your body that are touching the earth. And imagine those areas that are touching the earth. Imagine that they are expanding in the space that they are in, as if they are filling the chalk outline that is around your body in the space that you are in right now. So continue to just welcome your full self here as you surrender and soften even more. So as the world continues to go around us, as there still seems to be some uncertainty with what is to happen, we just trust. We trust the process as we continue to let go. We practice being the peace, no matter the storm around us. So we come to our mat to practice and let go. So now feel the tops of the feet soften down into the earth as the ankles let go. And now the tops of the shins let go. As the belly softens even more down onto the upper thighs. Feeling the shoulders soften as the forehead rests heavy on the earth. And now just begin to let that mental body release by just gently rocking your forehead side to side. And feel as if all of the thoughts, all of the things that are racing around through our mind, imagine that they are just settling down and releasing down into the earth beneath you. And they'll be there for you if you wish to pick them up after class, but let them go for right now and invite in this beautiful present moment that we are in. So today, focusing in on our blessings. Every day, in every way, I am discovering more of the goodness of spirit. When troubled by circumstances, I recognize blessings. I look for and accept the good. I am fortified by the faith in the good that is in me. I am no longer a victim of the vision of scarcity. I trust Spirit to bring about the resolution to any appearance of darkness. So as we breathe in the blessing and the gift of this day that we've been given, we continue to soften down to the earth and rest even heavier. And for today, I invite you to just breathe in all 4 of these words, or whichever one resonates with you most. So as you're breathing in that peace. And as you're breathing out the chaos. As you're breathing in love. As you're breathing out, exhaling out fear. As you're breathing in, breathe in unity. And as you're exhaling out division. And finally, breathing in light. And then exhaling out darkness. So continue to follow that breath as you're inviting in the peace, the love, the unity, and the light. And releasing out any chaos, any fear, any division, and any darkness. Feel it leaving every exhale that you take. We're going to continue to just follow that breath. And let's slowly, if your hands are pillowed underneath your forehead, just slowly bring your hands back alongside your feet. And before we find our way up, we're just going to massage the soles of our feet. So just take your hands and gently massage the soles of the feet. So we're breathing in this peace, this love, this unity, and this light into the soles of our feet, our foundation, so that we can plant in these seeds of the truth that we're breathing in, letting go of all the things that are not for us as we let them go on the exhale. So continue to breathe in. And we'll rest here for just another moment in our child's pose. All right, so now you can let your feet go with your hands, and we're going to start to flow here. So as we're inhaling, we're breathing in that peace. So let's inhale, breathe in the peace as we lift the head, lift the hips, lift the arms to the sky. And then as we exhale, soften, release that chaos and let it soften into the earth as the forehead finds the earth again. So inhale, rise up, breathing in the love. Drawing that into the palms, drawing them together, and then exhale, drop the hands back down, fold back down, child's pose as you exhale out the fear. Breathing in as you inhale, rise up, breathing in the unity, connecting the palms, and then exhale out the division as you soften the forehead to the earth. Breathing in the light as you inhale up, draw the palms together, look up. Exhale, releasing the darkness, soften down to the earth. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, rise up, breathing in the peace. Exhale, breathing out the chaos. Inhale, breathing in the love. Draw it in. Exhale, exhaling out the fear. Breathing in the unity. Exhale out the division. And last time, just like that, inhale, breathing in the light, draw that light in. Exhale, soften, breathing out the darkness. Pause and breathe here. And then that next inhale, we're going to slowly come back up, lifting the hips into that exalted hero. Inhale, breathe in, and now exhale, soften that right hand down, reach the left hand over. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the left hand down, right hand over. Inhale, rise up. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, soften the right hand down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left hand softens, reach over. And now inhale, rise up. And let's soften the hands to the heart. Seal in the peace, the love, the unity and that light. And now you can stay upright or just sink the hips back to the heels. And now inhale, rise up with the arms. Exhale, revolve. Let the hands soften down. Look to the side wall. Breathe in. Exhale, soften. Keep that beautiful lift through the spine. So now let's slowly inhale, rise back up. Maybe you lift the hips up. And then exhale, soften the hips back to the heels. Slowly revolve the other direction. Keep the beautiful lift through the spine. And now let's return back up to the sky as we slowly unrevolve. Inhale, rise up, reach up. And now let's paint the canvas down in front of us as we slowly soften the hands down to the earth into our table position. So let's work through those wrists. So we're just gonna start through our arms. We're just gonna start to turn the palms out. So slowly starting to walk the palms out, turning the palms so the fingertips are facing towards your torso, towards your body. So you can stay right here, or maybe you lean back just a little bit. That's going to make it more intense. So if you're feeling enough of the stretch here through the forearms and the wrists, stay there or maybe lean just a little bit back. And just breathe here. And now let's slowly unwind the hands, or drift your body back first so the shoulders are over the wrists, and then start to turn the palms back forward. And then they begin to turn inward. Just where they naturally go, just let them turn inward just a little bit. And now let's slowly release, turn the palms back forward. And now let's just bend the wrist the other way. So let's slowly bend the right palm so the back palm is resting on the earth so you can release that wrist. And breathe here. Maybe lift, drift a little back, but listen to your body. And now release that right hand, and let's flip the left palm. So tucking the left palm, resting on the back palm, so the palm is facing towards you. Feel the wrist releasing, feel that forearm releasing. So a great practice to do at night. So often if we're writing on the computer a lot, our forearms get too tight. So if you take your thumb and just kind of release the forearm, you'll release some pinching through that wrist. So that's a great thing to do while you're sitting, watching TV if you watch TV. So now let's release that left palm. Anchor both palms there underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's flow through our back just a few times. Let the belly soften, lift the head, heart, and hips. And then exhale, slowly round up to the sky. So just start to feel that fluidity through your body. So as you're inhaling and you're lifting that heart, breathe in that peace. As you're exhaling out that chaos. Inhaling, breathing in that love. Exhaling, sending it through the palms into the earth. Exhaling out the fear. Breathing in that unity. Exhaling, breathing out that division. One more time, inhaling, breathing in that light. Seal that light into the heart. And then exhale, exhaling out the darkness. And now let's slowly come back to a nice flat back, nice neutral spine. And we're going to start to flex the feet. Start to press the palms into the earth and then hover those knees above the earth. Unlock the elbows and look down at the earth. So you can stay right here. This is a great place to stay. If you wish to walk and just add a little bit more to this movement, you can. So we're going to walk the right hand, left knee forward, keeping the knee right above the earth, and then the left hand, right knee. So just small steps forward as you're walking forward. And then reverse if you are walking back, opposite limbs working together. You may have an animal behind you like I do, so it makes it a little more challenging. So just slowly move. And if you can, we're going to walk forward one more time, walking forward, hand and opposite knee. Should feel those quads working as well. And then returning back to the center of your mat if you're walking. Walk back to the center, keeping those knees hover. And then pause, breathe, soften the knees down. Let the feet relax. Now walk the hands forward. Let's come on down to our forearms. And pause and breathe here. We're going to go into our puppy dog pose. So maybe reach those arms further forward. Let the forehead find the earth. Let's just start with some nice gentle length through the spine. And now walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift the head. Come back to your tabletop position. And now let's take that right hand, left knee, hover. Pause and breathe and lengthen out the left heel, lengthen out that right arm. And now slowly draw the knee towards the elbow, round the back. And then inhale, lift the heel, lift the arm. So we're getting a little more openness through the hip. So exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, lift high. So right now, you can just let that foot relax so it's not in the flexion. And just start with that flow. Work in that core a little bit more this morning. One more time, drawing knee to nose to the elbow and lengthen. And now lower the hand, lower the knee, and let's switch sides. So now hover the left hand, right knee. Lengthen them forward and back in space. Pause, breathe here to find your table. Nice, solid, stable table. And now draw the knee to the nose or to the elbow. And then inhale, lengthen. Lift the hip, lift the arm, lift the head. Exhale, soften, looking down to the earth. Inhale, rising. So really allowing that hip to externally rotate open. We just got two more here. And one more. Lifting the hip, lifting the arm, and then soften the hand, soften the knee. And now let's add on. We're going to inhale, rise up with the right arm. Now thread that right arm under the left. Pause, breathe here, lower the right side of the face to the earth. And let's flow here today. Inhale, rise up, reach the arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften. One more time, breathing in. Exhale, soften, threading, pausing, breathing. Let's start to walk that left hand a little further forward in space as we feel the stretch from the fingertips to that left hip. And now begin to walk that left hand back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, unthread that right arm. Pause here, looking down at the mat, and then we're going to switch sides. So now let's lift that left arm up to the sky. Thread it underneath that right arm, threading the needle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, rise. Exhale, soften. One more time, breathing in. Exhale, softening. And now resting here on the left side of the face. And then we'll start to reach that right arm forward in space, reaching, feeling that length from the fingertips to that right hip. Feel that energy moving through your temple. And now let's slowly walk that right arm back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, rise back up, come back to your tabletop position. And now we're gonna slowly come into either our kneeling plank or full plank with the arms extended. So we'll just lengthen, walk our hands forward, and then flex the feet, send the legs, lengthen out the legs. Breathe here into your plank pose. So if you'd like, you can join me, or you could just stay in plank. We're going to add on. So we're going to slowly come down to our elbows one at a time. And then we're going to return back up to those extended arms. And then alternate. Opposite arm comes first. And then come back up. So let's do that one more time, each arm starting. As you come down, and then you come back up. Go back to that left side or right side. Into your full plank. Pause and breathe here. So now let's slowly begin to soften down to our forearms, elbows underneath the shoulders. Pause, breathe. Now soften the feet down. Relax the feet, soften the knees down, relax the feet back as you lower the hips down. Reach those fingers forward as you peel the gaze forward. Feel the toes reaching down the back edge of the mat. Pause, breathe here. And now slowly exhale, soften. Open up those elbows. Pause for a moment on your belly as the head slowly reaches down towards the earth, the forehead. So now the spine has returned to neutral. Let's slowly bring our hands underneath the shoulders. You can press yourself up and back. You can just press back to child's pose, or if you wish, you can join me in downward dog. So if you are, press the palms underneath the shoulders, elbows glue in, lift your body up, and then press back to down dog, or maybe you go to puppy dog. So now start to pedal out those legs. Start to march them out and shake out that head and neck. So coming back to our words as we're breathing in the peace, the love, the unity, and the light. Continue to pedal out those legs. Feel the hips lifting high to the sky. And now we're going to start to bend through our knees. Just pause and breathe here. Send the hips back in space if you're in your full down dog with the knees bent. Feel the length through the spine. And then inhale, lengthen out the legs, sink the heels towards the earth. And now bend the knees again. And we're going to begin to walk our hands back. So if you're in puppy dog, join us in down dog and slowly walk your hands back. Or maybe you walk your feet forward if that's better for you. So now here we are in our forward fold. Just hang heavy here. Let the belly rest heavy on the upper thighs. And just maybe just drift your body side to side just for a moment as you begin to feel the feet rooting in. So now really feel the feet planting in. Feel the toes planting in as you remember those seeds of truth that we're planting in beneath us. So now let's come into our active back extension. Still the movement. Inhale, rise up, plug the fingertips in, send the shoulders down and back. Navel reaches to the spine. Exhale, soften, bend the knees, forward fold. And then we're going to go right into some strength here. So when you're ready, sinking back to chair pose, slowly send the hips back and we'll bring the hands to the heart. So we're going to do a little revolving here in our chair pose. So when you're ready, we're just going to come up halfway. Inhale, lift the hands up, and then exhale, start to revolve to the right. Let's inhale, come center. Exhale, revolve to the left. So inhale, breathe in, come center, breathe in that peace. Exhale out the chaos. Breathe in that love. Exhale, revolve. Exhale out the fear. Breathe in the unity, come halfway. Exhale, revolve. Exhale out to vision. Inhale, center. Breathing in that light. Exhaling out the darkness. Pause, breathe. Let's come back center. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, sink back. Chair pose. Now soften the hands to the earth, forward fold. So now here we are in our forward fold. We're going to bend both knees. We're going to slowly draw that right leg up to the sky. So bending through the left knee, and then draw that right leg up to the sky into the needle pose. Just start to circle the ankle a little bit. And reverse. And maybe that knee bends just a little bit to open that hip. Pause, breathe here. You can reach for that foot with that left hand if you'd like. Pause and breathe here. You might feel some shaking through that left leg. And now if you're holding that foot, let the foot go. Slowly soften the foot back down to the earth. Pause. And now we got to get that other side. So glue the hands down, slowly bend both knees, lift the left leg up to the sky, needle pose. Circle the ankle. Feel the hip opening. Reverse that circle. And now if you'd like to add on just bending the knee, maybe you pause there. Maybe you reach for that foot with that right hand. Breathe, soften, let go. Feeling the shaking, feeling that strength and stability. And if you're holding that foot, let the foot go, lengthen it back out, and then slowly soften the foot back down to the earth. And we're gonna add on again. So we're gonna sink our hips back again to our chair pose. So let's slowly send the weight through the heel, send the hips back in space. Pause and breathe here. Feel the knees behind the toes. Breathe. Maybe those arms reach forward now. And now inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the hands down behind the back. Interlock the fingers. Charge the knuckles down, the tailbone. Lift the heart high to the sky. Breathe in that peace, that love, that unity, that light. And either staying right here, or you can join me in that forward fold as we humble ourselves, slowly soften the hands by the tailbone. Begin to hinge from the hips, bend the knees, and then let the belly rest on those thighs as those arms drift overhead, if that's for you. So as we're surrendering and softening, releasing out that fear, chaos, division, and darkness. Pause, breathe. So if you are in that forward fold, we're gonna slowly come back into that bound chair pose. So keeping the hands interlocked, just soften the hands by the hips. Slowly sink back to chair. Keep the activation through those arms. Unlock those fingers, reach the hands forward. Exhale, soften the hands down, forward fold. And now just start to bend, soften both knees. And let's walk our hands over around that left foot. Start to bend that right knee, lengthen out the left. As you revolve in our forward fold. Let's inhale, return to the center, lengthen out the legs. Start to soften the left knee, lengthen the right leg as you walk your hands outside of that right foot. And now return back to the center, inhale. And then we're gonna slowly come up into our active back extension. Inhale, plug the fingertips in. Nice flat back. Exhale, soften. Sink back to chair pose again. Reach those arms forward. Lots of strength today. Send that energy through the heels. Inhale, rise up. Reach the hands up to the sky. And now soften the hands again, down and back. Interlock in that weird interlock. Charge the knuckles down the tailbone. Lift the heart high to the sky. Shoulder blades draw together on the back body. So either staying right here, this is a great space to be in, or begin to soften. Lower the hands down, fold the head, hinge from the hips, bend the knees. Forward fold. Continue to let out that chaos, let out that fear, let out that division, let out that darkness. As we remember the truth, as we remember So we're going to come back up into our final bound chair pose. So slowly soften the hands back by the hips, slowly lift the head and heart, and find your chair pose as you invite in the peace, the love, the unity, and the light. As you remember the blessings, as you slowly release those hands, reaching forward, remembering the truth. And now inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the hands down. Let's walk forward on our mat, walking into a nice, powerful mountain stance. Let's feel our shoulders drift down and back, circle them down and back, reach those fingertips down the outer thighs. So let's just find our balanced position here. So just shift your weight forward as if you're making a plus sign. Come back to neutral. Shift to the right, back to neutral, shift back, back to the center, shift left, center. So let's reverse that. So go in, forward, go forward in space, center, left, center, back, center, and right, center. And now let's inhale, rise up. Draw the palms together and now lean to the left, hips drop right. Get even more openness through that side body. And then inhale, draws you center. Exhale, reach right, hips fall left. And now inhale, center. Lower the hands down to the heart, pause, breathe. So now we're gonna start to peel that right heel off of the earth. Slowly stepping back to your high lunge. So wiggle those toes back there, pause. So feeling that strength, feel the ball mount of the foot anchor in, feel that rear thigh lifting high to the sky. Then feel that front knee stacking over that ankle. So now let's reach those hands up if that's right for you. Slowly exhale into the goalpost arms, remember. Expand that remembering so you can expand that field around you as you reach those arms off to the side. And now lower the hands down to the hips and reach back up to the sky. Remember. And now slowly come back to the goalpost arms. Expand your field. Extend the arms. Soften the hands down to the hips. And let's slowly lengthen out that front leg. Charge that front leg. Lengthening it out. Send the rear heel towards the earth. Breathe here. And now soften the front knee. Let's slowly pivot that rear foot and open those arms to the letter T. Finding that nice, beautiful open heart and open hip position. Feel that energy extending to the far edges of the room. And now let's start with our flow. So as we inhale, let's lengthen out the front leg, reach up into reverse triangle. So today we're gonna follow that rhythm of breath. As we exhale, reach the arms to the letter T and reach out into triangle. So reach out from your hip to find your support. So inhale draws you back up into your reverse triangle. Exhale, softens into triangle. And just notice with every time you move, just see if you can just refine the pose even just a little bit. So as you're moving into triangle, imagine that those shoulders and those hips are both planted up against a wall, so that you can create even more space. And we'll all come back one last time to our reverse triangle, and then into our final triangle on this side. And let's slowly soften that top hand down to the low back, mid to the side body, wherever it reaches. And now start to look over that right shoulder, look up to the sky. And now slowly unwind that rear arm. Inhale, rise up. Let's soften that front knee. Warrior two, send that energy out those front fingertips. And then we're gonna slowly cartwheel down with those arms. So frame that front foot, cartwheel down, use the blocks if you need to here. And now slowly lengthen out the front leg. Head folds down towards the shin. And now slowly exhale, bend the front knee, pivot that rear foot. So now we're in our low lunge. So pause here. As we slowly lower down that rear knee and feel the space in that front right hip flexor. So that rear foot can stay as it is or feel free to release it. Pause. And if you haven't already, relax that foot back in space, reach the toes down the back edge of the mat. Let's walk that right hand in right alongside of that left foot. And now inhale, rise up, reach that left arm up to the sky. Feel that energy from the earth all the way up through the fingertips. And now exhale, soften the left hand down. Let's slowly flex the rear foot, lift the rear knee. And now exhale, sink the hips back, pyramid pose. And now slowly shift the weight forward. Let's slowly look back at those rear toes. We're gonna step it forward. So just stepping it forward so that now we can walk our hands forward in front of the foot. We're coming back to our needle pose. So let's slowly lift that right leg again to the sky. Maybe that knee starts to soften. Maybe you wish to add on this time, keeping that right hand planted in the earth. Maybe that left hand reaches for the foot. If that left hand is reaching, let it go. Release the foot, lengthen out the leg. So now coming to your fingertips, start to turn the toes down to the earth, the right toes. We're gonna come up into our warrior three if you can. So maybe you keep your hands on the earth, or maybe you bring the hands up to the heart. They can stay right there. Pause, breathe here, breathe in the stability so we can stay calm no matter the storm. So inhale, rise up. Soften the foot down, mountain stance, inhale, lift high, reach the hands up to the sky. And now slowly bring the palms back together, soften the hands over to the right, let the hips fall right, left. Inhale, rise up, exhale the other way. Inhale, center, exhale, soften the hands to the heart. So now we're gonna lift up the left heels. So now we're gonna lift up those left heels and we're gonna take a big step back to our high lunge. So take your time, nice, mindful, step back, use any support you need. And pause here, feel that left thigh active and engaged. Feel the front knee stacking over that ankle. So find your stability here, feel the hips hugging in, and now maybe you wanna reach those arms up. So as we exhale, soften the elbows, goalpost arms, breathing in the peace and love. Extend that out, lengthen the arms, soften the hands down and then back up to the sky. Breathe that love and peace in. And now exhale, soften the elbows, goalpost arms, breathing in the unity and light. Extend that, lengthen the arms. Exhale, soften the arms back down to the hips and up to the sky. Keep those hips shining forward. And now soften those arms down to the hips. Hands come to the hips. And now slowly lengthen the front leg, sink the rear heel towards the earth. Breathe. Find the stability here. So you can stay calm no matter the storm. Let's slowly soften the front knee, lift the arms, pivot that rear foot, and then reach those arms out to the letter T. So you can heel toe the rear foot back a little bit so you have more space. Soften the shoulders down, align the head, heart, and hips. And now soften the rear hand down. Inhale, lengthen out the front leg, reach up, reverse your triangle. Feel that outer edge of the foot plant in, that rear foot. Lift the inner arch. And now move into triangle, your time, your breath. Reaching out from the hip into triangle. So let's just start with that flow, your time, your breath. With every breath you take, you just invite in a little bit more of those qualities. And we'll just flow through that one more time. So coming to your final, reverse your triangle. And then we'll all meet there in our triangle pose as we add on just a little bit. So you can stay here with those shoulders and the hips aligned. Imagine they're stacked up against the wall. And then slowly, maybe you soften that top arm, bring the back palm to the low back side body. And maybe the gaze starts to look over that left shoulder now. As you feel those right ribs reaching forward and that heart opening. And that beautiful breath moving through you. Feel that heat inside of your body. So now we're going to slowly unwind that rear arm, reach it back in space. Let's inhale, rise up and sink into warrior two. Top of the thigh, that front thigh is parallel with the earth. As you breathe here, breathe in that strength. Feel the rear thigh active, engage as it lifts the rear knee. Feel even more energy extending out from those collarbones through the fingertips. And then we're going to start to cartwheel down with those arms. Slowly cartwheel down, frame that front foot. Use the blocks if you need to, and then slowly exhale, sink the hips back, lengthen out the front leg, head folds down. And now begin to bend through the front knee, pivot that rear foot. So now it's forward into your low lunge as we pause and breathe here. Feel that left hip flexor expanding now. And now slowly soften that rear knee down. You can keep the flexion through the foot for right now. So now if that foot is flexed still, relax that foot. Release the top of the foot. And now walk that left hand to the inner edge of the right foot. And then inhale, rise up with that right arm. And breathe here as you revolve and wring out those toxins. As you wring out that chaos, that fear, that division, and that darkness. And now invite in the peace, the love, the unity, and the light. And now slowly soften that right hand back down. Let's flex through that rear knee, lift up the rear, flex the rear foot, lift the rear knee. And now exhale, sink the hips back, pyramid pose, hug the hips in. And now slowly rebend that front knee. We're gonna look back at our rear toes and step them in. So we have a little shorter stance. And then walk your hands forward to prepare for the final needle pose on this side. So glue the hands to the earth and slowly lift that left leg up to the sky into that standing splits. So either stay there or bend that top knee. You can stay there if you wish to add on. Keep the left hand planted in. Reach the right hand towards the toes. towards the foot, whatever you can hold on to if you want to. Keep that breath. Keep the stability. I know we're using a lot of stabilizer muscles here today. So good for our ankles, for our feet. So if you're holding that foot, release that left foot. Slowly turn the toes down towards the earth so that you're feeling those inner thighs draw together. So maybe you use your blocks and you come up to your fingertips. And then you can keep your hands there or come into warrior three with your hands at the heart or reaching out to the side or reaching forward. Slowly inhale, drop that left foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, fold, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, lower the hands to the earth. As you breathe here. And now we're going to step the right foot back and then the left back to meet it into downward dog or puppy dog. Let's inhale, shift the weight forward. Feel free to come down to your knees and then let's slowly lower down to the earth. Hug the elbows in, lower the chest and then the belly. Find your cobra here or mini cobra. Find your version to get a little more openness through the heart and the chest. And now exhale, come on down to the ground. Let's flex the feet. Let's slowly inhale, press the hips back over the heels, child's pose with the feet flexed if that's for you. Feeling those arms and hands reaching forward in space, reminding you that we're always moving forward. And now, when you're ready, inhale, come back up into your downward dog. We're gonna lift that right heel to the sky. And now draw that right knee behind the right wrist into pigeon pose. So bring it behind and then draw the front shin further forward to where it wants to go and then walk that left leg back to find your pigeon pose. So let's stay upright for just this moment in pigeon. We're just gonna revolve. So we're gonna walk around that right knee. So slowly walk your hands around that right knee and maybe you look back over that right shoulder. Start to breathe through that left hip flexor a little bit more. And now slowly walk your hands back forward, facing forward. So either stay upright or maybe you come on down into your restorative pigeon, coming on down to your forearms or your hands. And now soften and surrender even more here. Feel yourself letting go. As you breathe in the blessings that are all around you, that are everywhere present. Finding that light, no matter what, it's always there. If it feels like that light has gone off, maybe it's just hidden and we just need to uncover it. So as you soften, feel that light being revealed or reignited. And continue to settle down to the earth and soften even more here as you let go. You remember those seeds that we've been planting throughout class today of peace, of love, of unity, of light. And just maybe, this is optional, you can come to your elbows and then we're just going to peel that right elbow up so we can thread that left arm under. And then rest on the left side of the face if you wish. This is just doing that revolved pigeon pose. So you can revolve even more if you'd like by tucking the right palm to the low back or side body. And now if you are revolved, lower that right hand down. Inhale, unthread that left arm. You can come back to your forearms just for another moment. And then we're going to start to peel ourselves off of the earth. So start to glue your hands in. Let's start to flex the left foot and walk that left knee in. Walk it in, and then step that right leg back. Let's pause, breathe here. Flex the feet. Lift the legs high to the sky, those hips high. Let's lift that right leg again. Bend that knee, open that knee or that hip. And this time for today, let's look underneath that right armpit. Now slowly lengthen out the right leg, turn the toes, drop the foot to the earth, and let's move to the left side. So lift the left heel high to the sky. Now we're going to start to soften that left knee behind the left wrist into pigeon pose. So begin to walk that right knee down and then walk that right leg back. Lengthen out the toes. Keep the length through the arms, and we're going to start to revolve around that bent knee. So slowly walk your hands around that left knee and maybe look over that left shoulder. And now slowly return back to the center. Walk your hands back forward. Feel the lift through the chest and the heart as you breathe in that peace, love, unity, and light. And now as we exhale, soften, releasing out the chaos, the fear, the division, and darkness. So now just begin to melt down to the earth with wherever feels best for you today, using whatever support you need. And just rest here for a few moments before we add in the revolved version if you wish to take it there. So as you're resting here, feeling that left hip release, that right hip flexor opening, begin to imagine a time where you are completely at peace, where you are surrounded by that overwhelming peace. Perhaps it was somewhere out in nature, in your very happy place. Feel yourself softening down into that peace. And now bringing to your mind's eye an experience or multiple experiences where you felt that unconditional love that was always surrounding you, supporting you. And soften into that love that is for you. So you can stay right here, or if you wish to revolve with me, just slowly bring your elbows underneath the shoulders. Slowly lift up that left elbow and thread that right arm underneath it, and then rest on the right side face. So staying there, or take the left arm, bring it to the low back, the back palm, or to the side body. And now begin to invite in an experience or a multiple where you felt that unity. And maybe it was a class where our community came together and we felt that unity as we were all working towards the better good. To send out more of this peace, love, and light to the world. Now let that settle down. Start to invite in an experience where you felt the light, where you felt really light and almost effortless, completely at ease. And feel yourself softening into that space. You just rest here for just another few moments. So now if that left arm is behind you, slowly uncross it. Draw it back underneath the shoulder or slightly forward. Let's inhale, unthread that right arm. Come back to the forearms. Pause and breathe here. Soften the gaze down. So now let's slowly begin to draw our body up. Plant the hands into the earth. Let's flex the right foot, draw that right knee back, walking it forward, and then step the left leg back. Coming back to our final down dog, flex the feet, lift the hips high, and then add on, lifting the left leg, bending the knee, and maybe look underneath that left armpit this time. Feel that openness, feel that expansion. And now slowly lengthen out that left leg, turn the toes down, drop the foot to the earth. Let's slowly bend the knees. And then we're gonna cross our feet at our ankles so that we can press ourselves back to seated. And then we'll walk our feet forward, scooching ourselves forward on the mat. So then we'll begin to lower down to the earth. Your time, your breath, hold on if you need to, and lower down each vertebrae at a time. And then once you get there, draw those knees back in. Just drift side to side. And now peel those arms open to the letter T. Slowly exhale, soften the knees over to the left. Pause, breathe, maybe look right. Feel that beautiful stretches, that peace, that love, that light, and that unity just washes over you. Inhale, draw the gaze up, draw the knees up. Exhale, soften the knees right, gaze falls left, shoulders plant in. Feel yourself anchored into that truth of that peace, that love, that unity, and that light that is all around you. As you remember all the blessings that you have been given. And now slowly draw the gaze up, inhale, draw the knees up, and now find your comfortable rested position. So wherever you wish to take it now, begin to move your body into that position and space. And now completely surrender down. So we release all of those things that are not for us, that chaos, that fear, that division, and that darkness into the earth. And as those weeds have been pulled from our field, we plant in the seeds of the truth into that fertile soil beneath us, of that peace, of that love, of that unity, and that light. As we invite all of those in and remember those experiences where we felt peaceful, we felt loved, we felt that unity in our community, we just felt that light all around us. As you continue to soften down into the earth beneath you, feel yourself landing even heavier and letting go. Feel your body surrender down as that back body lets go. Inviting the front body to soften down into the back body. And maybe you can even begin to feel as if even the skin on your body is just so tired that it just wants to let go. So it drifts down to the bones beneath it, as all of those organs and everything inside of the body lets go. As that peace is within you, as that love is within you. As that unity and oneness is within you, connecting each one of us. Inviting in that light that you are. Just rest here for just the next few moments, as all will be quiet and still as you let go even more. And to end with this quote from this book called Illusions. Here is a test to find whether your mission on earth is finished. If you're alive, it isn't. So it is a choice for us to be a blessing to others. As every day, in every way, we discover more of the goodness of spirit. When troubled by the circumstances, we recognize the blessings. We look for and accept the good. We are fortified by the faith in the good that is ours. We are no longer a victim of the vision of scarcity. We trust Spirit to bring about the resolution to any appearance of darkness. As the peace, love, unity, and light wash over you and through you. And now begin to invite in a beautiful deep inhale. Seal in that peace, love, unity, and light into your body, into your mind, into your entire being. And as that continues to wash over and through you, start to bring that beautiful movement back to your body. As we planted in the seeds of the truth so that we can grab those truths whenever we need them, they will be there for you. So you remember more and more every day of the blessings all around you. So slowly draw the knees into the chest when you're ready. And then when you're ready, soften to one side of the body as you rest heavy on the earth for just a moment. And then slowly begin to press yourself up to seated with the head stacking last, finding a nice easy cross pose. Let's start to plant in those seeds of truth that from our fingertips into the earth beneath us to remember. Let's slowly flip the palms to the sky as we breathe in even more peace, love, unity, and light as we seal the palms together, encapsulating our being with that. As we slowly soften the hands down to the heart center. Now send the thumbs to the heart as the heart reaches to the thumbs as we seal those seeds of truth into our heart. As we slowly exhale, soften the gaze down to meet the heart as we remember the peace, love, unity, and light is within each one of us. So we remember, we honor, we salute it. And from my heart to your heart, I'm wishing you guys all a blessed day. So we slowly lift the head, open the eyes, and together say, Namaste. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.